Hello, friends. Something's been weighing on my heart, and I thought I would just come on and kind of do a little discussion about it. But I was listening to a video today, so it kind of hit home, and I just felt like I should come on and share more about the information. So I was listening to a video. There's a YouTube channel called Awaken with JP. Many of you may know him. He does satire on what the going-ons of today. Funny but sad along the way as well. But you catch his latest one, but he was interviewing Tim Ballard. Now, Tim Ballard runs Operation Underground Railroad. He's been doing that since 2013, and they rescue children all over the world that are being victim of some type of exploitation, usually sexually trafficking. But did you know that there's 6 million, this is according to the Department of Labor, 6 million children are being exploited all the time. And 2 million of those are being sexually trafficked. With the border, run on the border, he was talking about when he worked on the border that kids would come over with a name tag on them that had a phone number and a name, and they'd call this number, and then they would say, oh yeah, it's my child. And they would be sending these children all over the U.S., planes, trains, whatever, they'd get them there, knowing that it wasn't their parents, that they were probably going into sex trafficking. Kids as young as 3 years old were just walking across the border with a name tag on them. So he rescued this one child, which started this whole project. This 5-year-old, and there's a movie coming out that was an actual true story, and it's called The Sound of Freedom. It's the Angel Production is the company that put it out, but it's called Sound of Freedom. It's coming out July 4th, so you'll be able to pick it up, watch it there, or watch it afterwards, or catch it on other venues later on. But it's about this story and how he rescues this little boy, and the little boy says, hey, my sister was trafficked as well. And so he goes all over the world, to find this one girl, and in the meantime, they find other children. But one of the stories, he said, I think it was based in maybe Haiti or someplace where he was in the middle of the city somewhere in the world, and there was this red door. And so he opens this red door, and he goes in to find that there's this kids in there being sexually molested and trafficked. And this one little girl says to him, so is it okay to have hope? So I can have hope now. And so she had no hope. And then, she was rescued. And so, if you're not able to see the movie, support it that way. You can find it online. You can actually purchase the tickets to go to somebody else that, so they could watch the movie that maybe they didn't have the means to watch that. You're not able to donate, just pray. And also there's a site you can go to. You can go to awakenwithjp.com and then /OUR. That's OUR. Awakenwithjp.com, OUR, /OUR. And you can make a donation to the Operation Underground Railroad to help them continue their work on, because it takes a lot of manpower and a lot of resources, a lot of women power, whatever, to go in and be able to rescue these kids from exploitation and the rehab that goes along with it. They just don't rescue them. They help them rehab. He said they've been doing this so long, the kids are in their 20s, some of them that they had rescued, and some of them, give back with the information that they know when they were exploited. So anyway, 2 million, I was going to give you an idea of what 2 million children that are being sex trafficked, all the time. And so that's be the equivalent of the population of LA, or the population of Chicago, or the population of Houston, Texas. So equivalent to that of the whole population is about what the number of children that are being sexually trafficked. And they talk about sexual trafficking as being the reusable resource, because you can traffic a child up to 5 times or so a night. And so as were drugs, you sold it and it's gone, but the child is a reusable commodity, and it's so sad to think about it that way. And so trafficking is big business. So it's up to us pray about it, donate to people that are actually have a cause to rescuing these children, and just be aware when you see something that you think doesn't sound right, doesn't look right. Call your local authorities and say, can you check this out? Just, it's not right. Something's not right. I got that grandma feeling, I got that mom feeling, or I got that dad feeling. What it is, something's not right. And so let your instincts guide you. I want to say, just to help you with that peace of mind, because this has been on my heart, hearing about all these children come over the border. I have my own story of rescue. Before I was the age of 1, I was abandoned by an alcoholic mother and left it was actually a front for a bardo. That's what I learned the term was early on in my childhood. I was left in this bardo, but it was a front for a daycare. And so, I don't know, I was in my 20s when I asked my dad what was a bardo, and he just embarrassedly blurted out, a whorehouse. And so I realized I was left in this whorehouse under the age of 1. And my grandmother, this was from, she was in Oregon and I was in San Francisco. My brother and I and my alcoholic mother, they found her in a bar. There was a gunfight. A fight and stuff like that broke out, and anyway, my uncle was able to figure out where I was, and rescued me from this whorehouse. And it was my grandmother's prayers and taking me back and nursing me back to health, because they said I was pretty close to death. And my name was Kitten at the time. They called me Kitten because they said I looked like almost a drowned cat with the big eyes and the skinny little body. So that was my nickname until all those relatives died. But so that was my rescue story. And I have children, grandchildren, and they wouldn't be here unless somebody rescued me. And so that's why it's so weighs on my heart to know that these children are being victimized and that they just need somebody to rescue them. And so do what you can, pray, donate if you can. I will try to put the links down in the info. And the life starts with our children, the next generations, and a lot of stuff is being out there trying to victimize our children. And as we as parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles, we need to rise up and know that we got to be there because there's so much stuff that our kids are being exposed to that we need to be aware of. Okay, you all have an awesome day. Goodbye.